I very much respect Sister's testimony. She's not there, but she left. Okay. So, and I know that they feel that they need the parking, and I do think it's kind of hard to argue with that. But I want to offer kind of an alternative way that Catholic schools do it. I attended Visitation Academy, which is, I've done a different Catholic girls' school, and so I kind of understand the concerns that go along with it. One thing that I hear from recent graduates of Visitation is that even though that is on a vast suburban tract, they have limited parking, and that the juniors and seniors generally get parking permits, and that the younger students, if you're just turning 16, you are unlikely to be able to park there. I think that a big advantage that the Rosati Game students have is that they're in an urban environment, so that the 35 drivers who do not get designated parking in one of the lots that they control will actually have the opportunity of driving to school if they really want to do that and get a space someplace else in the neighborhood. I think that Visitation would discourage other people driving, and that is possibly an alternative that Rosati Games could take in a similar way. I would like to call your attention to something that Kate Shea said earlier, which is that the appropriate uses that you allow are those that are allowed by zoning. As you have heard, the surface parking lot that would serve the cathedral campus is not allowed by zoning. This area is zone E for multifamily residential, and the only surface parking that would be allowed under that zoning is for multifamily residential buildings, which this actually is currently, but would not be in the future for reasons like that. The reason I think that surface parking is not currently under the law allowed in this area is that the only way that parking lots really work in the middle of an urban area is if they're part of a structure that has activity going on in them. That the Argyle Garage is an example of a building that accommodates a whole lot of cars, but it doesn't fill streetlights because it has a library and some other storefronts. Another example of a parking structure that is attached to a building is the Sam Louise apartment building, which I'd like to draw your attention to. It already does, or could with rehabilitation, do what the Archdiocese needs. We can get this building listed on the National Register. The State Historic Preservation Office has already told us so. The proposed replacement does not seem to conform to Central West End standards or to the current zoning laws, and I think that these facts alone are good reasons to recommend denial, but if these alone are not enough